Many people have said that Darksiders takes its influence from Zelda, Castlevania, and Kratos, and to be honest, they may have a valid point. However, given that many of these games are amongst the greatest ever released, you have to wonder how many other titles have taken their influence from these. Is a developer wrong for borrowing ideas from the greats? In my opinion, the answer is no. In fact, the developer should only be blamed if the game should be a shambles, and in the case of Darksiders, that's far from the truth. The original Darksiders launched in 2010 and has been one of my favourite titles ever since. You can imagine then that the thought of playing on PS4 Pro with full 4K support and updated graphics would have me ecstatic, and you aren't wrong. THQ Nordic and its developer have done such a good job of remastering this classic that it almost feels new again, thanks to some still stunning artwork and wonderfully updated cutscenes. Thinking back, the frame rate always felt smooth to me, however, now it's even better than ever, running at a consistent solid 60 frames per second. If you've not played Darksiders before, the game opens up unlike any before it. Playing as Ward, you'll find yourself in the middle of the apocalypse. Somehow a pact which was agreed between heaven and hell and then bound by 7 seals has been broken, spelling doom for mankind. Soon into the first level, you'll find out that War seems to have blame for this whole apocalypse, and therefore soon finds himself returned back to Earth to find out who the real culprit is. Of course, this is not going to be easy. For one, you have lost some of your awesome powers, and just to rub in, you're accompanied on your journey by the Watcher, who's a nasty demon that is just waiting for you to slip up. Throughout your journey, you'll encounter many a nasty demon, while also facing up to angels, mythical creatures, and awe-inspiring monsters. There really is an incredible mix, and each creature seems to get more difficult to defeat than the last. I don't really want to give much of the story away in this review for those who haven't played, but let's just say that it is the best ending out of all the games I've ever played. Back to the action, and when War returns to Earth, he is only armed with his trusty sword named the Chaos Eater. Chaos Eater seems to cut through most enemies with ease, and since Darksiders has an RPG tinge to it, you're also able to upgrade this and other weapons, making attacks more powerful, and also adding enhancements which will benefit War. Other weapons you will gain later in the game include the Harvester, Death's very own scythe, the Tremor Gauntlet, and Redemption, which is a cannon-like weapon which literally blows enemies to pieces. War also gains powerful equipment such as the Crossblade, which acts as a nasty 4-bladed frisbee, and also Mercy, which is Darksiders' version of a handgun. In addition to his arsenal, War is also blessed with Wraith and passive abilities. Wraith abilities range in their effect. For example, Blade Giza allows you to summon blades around you which spring out of the ground. Passive abilities, meanwhile, include things like Chaos Form, which sees you turn into a practically invulnerable flaming demon for several seconds, devastating everything in your path. It's also worth mentioning that you meet up with War's horse Rune later in the game, bringing a new twist to combat as you slay the enemy from your steed. With all these weapons and abilities, you really are prepared for combat, and when you add in defensive moves such as Quick Dash, which allows you to quickly move away from impending attacks, you really will appreciate the thought that has went into the combat system. Of course, no amount of weapons, equipment or enemies would be complete without a well thought out adventure, and happily Darksiders provides this. Although when you first start out it's all about hack and slash, it isn't long before you find yourself faced with challenges, puzzles, epic battles and huge bosses to keep you busy. Throughout your adventure you also come across all manner of items. These include treasure chests which help refill your life and wrath, and also give you souls, which is the in-game currency. Hidden away in the levels you also find artifacts which you can trade with a demon named Vulgrim, who not only acts as a trader allowing you to upgrade weapons, equipment and learn new combat moves, but also allows you to fast travel between areas. Finally, you can also spend time searching for 10 pieces of abysmal armour and other enhancements which make your character stronger in battle. The presentation in Darksiders really is outstanding. Each of the areas you visit throughout the game look better than the last, whether you're in the apocalypse-torn crossroads or the mysterious Anvil's Ford. Darksiders does not include multiplayer, however, when you have a game which is roughly 20 to 25 hours in length, you can hardly complain about this. To me, Darksiders was already an epic game with fast-paced action, eye-popping environments and awe-inspiring enemies, so if you're yet to play this or just want to revisit the game on new consoles, then this should be the first remaster on your list, because if you miss this out the first time, you'll be missing out on an unbelievable experience. It truly is one of my favourite games of all time, and I can't speak highly enough of it. This has been Joe from Water Games channel. If you've enjoyed this review, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for now, bye.